Hello everyone, my name is Steve Samuel from Design Visionaries, and today I would like to delight you with a model of a knurl. We're going to create the knurl and then we're going to print it out so we could see how it feels. So the way I'm going to start this little process is with a cylinder. The diameter will be 25.4 and the height of it will be 20, but I'm going to start with a 30 millimeter height because we're going to be doing some trimming later. So there's my cylinder. I'm going to add to that cylinder a datum plane. Its datum plane is tangent to the cylindrical face, and that datum plane supports a sketch. So I'm going to sketch on that datum plane. Here we go. And what I want to do is place a point right in the center of that cylinder. And so I'm going to use a point on curve constraint. So this point is going into the center. And I'm also going to put a dimension from here to there. That's 15, right in the center. That point is used to locate a line segment that looks like this. And that line segment has to go right through the point, right there. And we need a dimension from here to here of 45 degrees. So the knurl is going to be controlled by this angle right here. And as we test different looks and feels for the knurl, we can change that angle. We then have to wrap this curve onto the cylindrical face. So that's in curve, more, wrap, unwrap, curve. We select the curve. We select the face of the cylinder. We select the datum plane, and the curve wraps, just like that. So now we can hide this sketch. And what we need to do is make a nice little cut that goes cylindrically and helically along this cylinder. And then we need to pattern that cut, and that will be the basis of our knurl. To proceed, we're going to create a sketch on path. And the sweep command works best when the section is at the very end of the path. So I'm doing that. And since I want to look into the path like this, I'm going to double click on this Z-axis, just like that, and say OK. This gives us a really good basis to create a little triangle that we're going to sweep along the path and use that as our cutter. Well, when we do this triangle, we're going to want it to be perpendicular, oriented perpendicularly to the surface. So the very first thing I'm going to do is an intersection curve with the cylindrical surface and the sketch plane. So there's that. And now we have something that we can base the direction of our cutout, which is going to look something like this. Like that. Okay. And what we can do is put a line in here, which will become obvious why we're doing it in just a second. That little line there, I'm going to trim it. So we're going to be doing a lot. And now, this line is going to be used, this line is going to be used to dimension that little triangle. So I'm making it a reference line. And this line wants to be point on curve with the drive curve point of the spline, plus it wants to be tangent to the cross section or the intersection of the sketch plane and the cylindrical surface that I did. So that's what that's all for. Then I want to make parallel the end of the triangle like that. And I want to make equal length these two legs of the triangle so that the triangle is coming straight in. And I also want to now dimension that triangle based on what we have. I also want to center it though. So I'm going to use the midpoint command. And I'm going to say that this line has a midpoint relationship with that point. So now I'm really controlling that triangle. I want the knurl pattern to have a 2 millimeter outside. And I want it to go in by 1.5 millimeters. 1.5. So that suggests an angle. And the reason why this triangle has to be a little bit bigger than the cut that I'm taking is because when I do a Boolean operation, it's never good to have a face-on-face contact. And if you don't understand what I'm talking about, you will in just a moment when I do the sweep for this little triangle around the helix or along the helix. So good. So that's what I have. There's one little modification I'll make, and that is I'll take this intersection curve that I have, this one here, and I'll also make it a reference. Oops, let's try that again. You select on it, and you make it a reference. So I'm only going to be sweeping that little triangular shape. Okay, now the sweep, there is a little bit of knowledge that you have to have. I'm going to do a surface swept rather than a sweep along a guide, because the sweep along a guide, you can only do one section and one drive curve, and you have very little control. We have no control over what happens to that section as it spins or as it goes along the drive curve. So that's why we want a swept instead of a sweep along a guide. The sweep along a guide is really good when you have a drive curve that is not tangent. So if you want to do a picture frame, then sweep along a guide is great because it will miter. Anyway, that's for another day. So what we're going to do here is we're going to select that little triangle. That's the section. Then the guide curve is the helix, or that wrapped curve. And now, as you can see, the twisting of this triangular shape is wrong. What we want to do is we want to say the orientation method is a matter of face normals. So when I select the cylindrical face, it ensures that the relationship that this triangle, this first starting triangle, has with the intersection curve of the cylindrical face will always be the same all as it goes down the cylinder. So you can see this is perfect. I'm just going to change it back to the other thing so you can see that it's not perfect. See, that's twisted in the wrong way. So we're doing along face normals, select the cylindrical face, and this is perfection. Also, this little preserve shape has to be on. Why? Because what we want is a nice crisp, sharp corner there. And if we don't have preserve shape, what NX is really trying to do is make this one surface rather than three surface segments. So it's putting these little fillets, if you will, these microscopic fillets. And that's not what we want. We want a sharp curve. So preserve shape on, and now you can see it's a nice tight corner. Beautiful. We're almost there. So I'm going to say okay to this. And now I have the perfect cutter to make my knurl. The knurl, though, is going to be best when it's crisscrossed. And so the very next thing I'm going to do is go into the mirror geometry, and I'm going to select this little piece of geometry and mirror it about the one of the planes that goes up through. Here we go. So those are our cutters. Then we have to pattern them both, and that's best done with a pattern geometry. So I'm going to select both of these cutters, and I'm going to do a circular pattern. The vector, I'm not going to use this vector, because if I use this vector, then I'm going to have a point that locates the vector, whereas I can select the z-axis, and it's smart enough to do that. I'm going to do count and span. In a span of 360 degrees, I'm going to have, I think 30 will be a good number. Well, maybe 20. And you can see how instantaneous all this is. So it's really doing a good job. NX is a very powerful tool. And I'll say okay to that. We're not Booleaning yet. And then the reason why I started off with this cylinder so high when I only wanted 20 is because I wanted these cutters to extend past the cylinder. So I am going to hide all the cutters for a second, and I'm going to just show the cylinder, and I'm going to do an offset face -10. I'm sorry, -5. There we go, to get the 20 that I wanted. And I'm also going to chamfer the corners here a little bit. A little chamfer, a 1 chamfer. There we go. And I'm going to take a moment and cut the center out of my knurled knob, if you will. And this dimension will be 15. Just cutting that out. I could have used the hole command also, but I didn't want an actual hole with the chamfers and all of that. So this is just faster. There you go. So now I can Control-Shift-K and bring back all the cutters. There they are. And finally, I will do the subtract. Subtract, okay? So we have a target body. There's the target body. And the tool bodies look like that. And we'll pray and say, okay. And now we'll wait for it to be done. There it's done. We say, okay. Or the preview is done. And now it's doing all the surface intersections on all that there is to actually finish the knurl. Now that is a beautiful knurl. It includes the chamfers, it includes everything. And if I want to edit it now, maybe I find that these little knurled triangles are too deep. Maybe it doesn't feel comfortable. But what I'm going to do next is I'm going to print this and see how it feels. And if it feels a little bit too sharp, then I'll just go with this little triangle right here, and I'll say that I want maybe a 1 millimeter cut instead, and I'll just finish, and it will recalculate the whole thing. So like I said, the very next part of it is the 3D printing, and then we'll come back and we'll see how it feels. The print came out really well. It's comfortable. So there you have it. Thank you very much. My name is Steve Samuel, again, from Design Visionaries. Please like and subscribe. It helps us with the channel, and it helps us get the resources to keep bringing you these videos. Please also comment to us. You can reach us at info@designviz.com. And if you want to see us do something very special and very specific, I would love your feedback. And we really have a lot of fun doing these things. Thank you very much.